And greetings, I'm Junior. Good to meet all of you. I'm hoping this will find you well, and this will be interesting for you at least. What this is I decided it might be nice to go ahead and try doing a let's play of different games, just to see what people's reactions are, what everybody thinks of it. So, with that said, I've decided my first one will be a new game that came out not too recently, but I think about, a month ago. I do know they had a big hullabaloo about their servers being like DOS attacked, but with that said, let's go ahead and be me trying to showing this game off, as well as doing a first try at this game. Now, I have played all of the 4 characters. I, at one time, had a higher level mage, but, well, I lost that save. With that said, I have saved one character to play with the stream here, or to play on live play, and that would be the class of the rogue here. Now, each class has its own playstyle, its own skills, and its own weapons. But for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and choose what I want, and we'll just go ahead and get started. Now, I'm going through this to show everybody what is available. In the end, I know I want this character to be a human. I have my reasons. None of them really good. Brown eyes, and that little flopsy curl I like just fine. So, go ahead and name the character. And let's create him, shall we? Now, for the sake of it, I have played on this for a while, but I am going to create a new world. I'm going to go ahead and name this world a name. Let's play world. And a seed. More or less, this is what your world will be based on. If any of you interested in the exact same number as me, you'll get the exact same world the exact same world that I am playing on. So, for the sake of it, this will be my world number. 611-811-657. That honestly was completely random, and now I just have to wait for it to load the world up. It's right now creating it. My character will soon appear in world. There we go. Now, let's talk a little bit about this world. First things first. Oh, not about this world, but about this game. First things first. You start off in the middle of nowhere. Your first goal should be to get around here to one of these little things. Well, what you're seeing now is the game's map. You push M to pull it up, and then push M to hide it. You can actually see down here, well, let me explain first. Your mouse is normally locked, like so. It doesn't move away from the center. But what you can do is hit escape, and these menus will pop up. Each one of them is a different thing, and they actually have below them what button you can push to get to appear. So if I hit F1, here are all the keys. If I hit X, you can see my skills. If I hit C, this is the crafting menu. Item you want up here, requirements to make it down here, which this requires some iron cubes, and I have to be near an anvil, for instance. B is your backpack, so you can switch out your equipment as you feel like it. I'm honestly happy with having it built like this. I will show off the other weapons later. M I've already mentioned. O is the system menu, which is just these right here. Now, as for actually playing the game, everything is based off those keys at the very bottom of the board. Mouse 1, a mouse 2 attack, which with the rogue uses up all of your magic points at once, and you get magic points by attacking something. Oh yeah, one thing, when it comes to skills, you have your choice of what type of character you wish to be. You can switch between them for free at first level. As you level up, it becomes more and more expensive. I'll again be showing showing off what the differences are, but I kind of actually want to be a what type I am right now, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And this is just a very simple little battle thing where I'm just hitting them. It's nothing too hard. You did see me every so often switch attacks up. I should note that the rogue is built to be a class type character. I mean, not a class, but a party type character. You can have up to 3 friends playing with you at once. You can share worlds. Well, you share one world. I'm sorry. I'm new at this, so there's still some things I'm trying to keep a good stream of thought for you. But more or less, someone can open their world up to let their friends enter it. Oh look, I found the city. And it should be noted that this world is randomly generated. And come to think of it, I should go ahead and discuss the one big thing that the elephant in the room. And that is the way everybody compares it to Minecraft. Yeah, I know. Hey look, it's got blocks. That means it must be Minecraft. No. I understand why people would see that, but it just is not Minecraft. There is no building your own stuff for right now. This game is more adventure, action oriented. The battle system is much better created. And to my understanding, this game will have very little in the way of creation once it's finally out completely. I will take note that this game is in alpha right now, so it's very, very low on what it can do. And that's just a part of being an alpha. Alpha means they're still adding stuff, they're still trying to work out bugs, and they're still putting together some of the systems. As time goes on, hopefully this game will get more exciting, because I will be honest right now, the game is mostly about grinding, and the people who would enjoy it the most are those who like grinding or like exploring. But I'm hoping that will change eventually. We'll see. Now, right now I'm just wandering around town. I'm trying to find something. Here's a dummy. This is to show off my attacks for you. As you see, I can easily hit it like this with my 2 swords, and then have a final attack that poisons it and does damage over time. On the other hand, if I equipped the iron longsword, note that it is a 2-handed weapon. I cannot equip anything while holding this weapon. But watch what it does. It does decent damage, and hits like a mofo when you finally go ahead and release it. Now the final weapon are these fist weapons. Again, you can see very fast attacking, and you then have one very strong hit at the end. Which one you pick, which one you play around with, will really depend on what you want. If you notice, these attacks do not do not poison the dummy. Only the swords poison the dummy. And that is partially going to depend on what you want to do, will depend on what class you are as well, or what weapons you use when you're in class. I'm right now the assassin, which if you notice, whenever I use a special attack, you probably saw I became kind of partially invisible, and that would be stealth. If you notice, having stealth increases my damage, my chance of critical hit, and my regeneration of magic points. The ninja, on the other hand, if you notice, I dodge all attacks while performing a special attack. On top of that, when I dodge an attack, I gain MP faster, and my next special attack will be a critical period. This is very good for hand-to-hand and the double weapons, in my opinion. The longsword is probably better for this, if I had to actually take my guess. Now, you make your own rogue, you can do whatever you want to, but for me, I'm going to go ahead and actually hit up these double swords. Because, well, let's tear some crap up, you know? Now, this can take a while to get used to. And I said the game right now is very simple, but it's one that is very recent, one in demo, or in alpha rather, and I figure it'd be a good test piece for me to test my own thing with. Now, when you ask my own thing, that's along the lines of, I've never done a let's play or anything like that, and I just want to see how well I can do. For the note of doing this, you can sleep in beds by pushing. You have two buttons for interaction in the world. The E button picks things up. The R button will use things in world contextually. So I can walk up to this window, this door right here, and hit R and open it. And also hit R to close it back down. I can also climb stuff, which I'm trying to see if there's anything here that would be a good example for you. And we'll use this tree. If I hold down Control, I will start climbing, and it uses up stamina. I run out of stamina, I fall down. The F button is what takes out that little lantern right there. And the lantern is useful when you're in dark places. Now, I ran straight to town. I don't really have a good usage of that right now. Well, actually, if I can find the item shop, which is always a pain in the butt, I can actually buy some food, hopefully, and maybe get myself a pet. What good are pets? Well, they attack with you, and if you have certain types of pets, you can ride them. So I'm pulling up the map again, and I'm going to go ahead and try looking around for an item shop. Yes, you can move while the map is open, which is what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't really suggest it most of the time, but that way I could actually look around, I can actually move and look around at the same time. And here's the center of trade. Usually the item shop is right near this. I just found it easier to find it by opening that map up. Now, I'm going to talk to her. And she loves setting, apparently. That's good for you, honey. I'm going to find some items I picked up, which you saw me picking up stuff earlier. Right click will do whatever the interaction is in these windows. So these are the items I have in my ingredients. If I right click, I'll start selling them. I'm going to go ahead and sell a lot of actually kind of useful stuff, but I want money. And I'll go ahead and buy 1 carrot, which the carrot is a pet food. And if we're lucky, I'll find an animal to take it. It should be noted that each animal that you can have as a pet requires you to have their type of pet food in order to tame them. So the pig will ignore a carrot. For just to show it as an example, I have now equipped the carrot. Please note the pig is not impressed. So at this point, I am being quiet about what the carrot actually affects. I do know what it is, and if I see one, I will go ahead and get me a pet that wants the carrot. I'm just being catty just because I feel like it. So, what else can you do in this world then? You're probably saying, well, you can go exploring. Let's see here. Oh look, I got lucky. No, I didn't. Yes, the pet looks kind of like that sheep did, but not exactly. So, you can go exploring, see how the world looks, see what everything came up with. You can find people in town who will talk to you, and they will tell you of places you can go to and fight powerful enemies for for money and for some points. They'll appear on your map like this. I don't know why I'm always having them appear automatically, because those swords that were spinning up there actually are telling me that there's enemies that I can fight to basically do a quest. So we're going to go ahead, and I actually want to head this way anyway, because one of the reasons I actually opened that map up is because I wanted to find where our mountains were at. And I saw a set of mountains right here. So I'm actually heading for the mountains and not so much for that attack area. And along the way, I will go ahead and do a little bit of fighting, and we'll see what else happens. I said, this is very much, I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Well, I don't know what I'm doing a Let's Play, I should say. But, you know, we'll go ahead and test out and see what happens. And shoot, okay, these guys were a little bit too much for me. I died. So I hit R to revive, and you revive near one of these little angel things. Nothing special about it though. But when you revive, I said you revive near one of those little angel statues. I assume it's the closest one, or it should be, but it doesn't really seem to do that. I've sometimes died in the same spot like 5 or 6 times, and each death took me to a different angel statue, so I don't really know what creates that and what makes that happen. And it should be noted that a few of you probably noticed I had a little FPS counter up there. I really should have disabled that, but I wasn't thinking, so it's still up there for right now. If I do another one, I'll probably go ahead and get rid of that counter, just for the sake of it, but this should tell you something about how good my computer is. It's not really running this too fast. I can play these type of games. I usually have to have lower settings. That's just when I made this machine, I made it about 5 years ago, I think. Yeah, this is the use of lamps, by the way. If you're in a dark area, you can turn your lamp on and you're able to see. Anyway, and here's why I wanted to go into the mountain areas. Mountain areas have ore, and similar to that. And the creatures in the area are fighting. I'm going to ignore that and go away. I should note that some enemies are some creatures are hostile, and some are not hostile unless you attack them first. And some just have to fight each other for some reason. Anyway, for my part of things, I am just trying to get along and get away from some freaks. Should notice that every so often, if you hit them powerfully enough, enemies do tend to just fall down. Basically, I don't know the exact mechanic, I just know it relates to how much damage they're taking, and a powerful enough hit makes them fall down. And this is a campfire in the world. Campfires don't really do... Campfires are used for cooking if you have something that cooks. I don't have anything to cook right now, but if you examine it, it opens up your crafting menu to your food menu. You notice I can make ginseng soup, which requires me to have ginseng root. And you can't see it right now because of all this crap, but there's a little thing down here that says requires campfire. Or there should be, I think. Yeah, I don't see it there. They might have changed that in the latest patch. On the other hand, here's a pineapple slice. I have 25 pineapples. You saw me sell some earlier. And very simple. If you take that pineapple, if you just hold down the mouse button here, you'll make it until you let go. If you let go in between, it'll make whatever is left, and then it'll open back up. But very simple, very easy crafting. If I continue this as a Let's Play, you probably won't see much of my crafting. I'll probably, you know, spend time doing crafting and stuff like that, where you guys aren't going to be seeing it, just because I figure it's kind of boring to watch somebody sit there and hold down a button all day long. If I'm wrong, feel free to tell me, but I kind of get the feeling I'm not wrong there. I know that's one of the things I don't like about watching Let's Plays, is when somebody does a task that doesn't even require any thought, and doesn't really do anything else with it. Oh wow, I found a diamond. I thought that was ore, but it was, or rather an iron ore, but it was a diamond. Gems, which there's more than diamonds, are used in the creation of some of your items. And they're usually the gem it requires is indicative of how powerful the item. Oh crap! Excuse me. Anyway, as I was saying, usually the gem required is indicative of how powerful the weapon is, or how powerful the item is, rather. Diamonds are, to my understanding, something quite powerful. I've never actually had anything that uses diamonds yet because all of my guys have been low level. But hey, hopefully that'll change eventually. Now, I mentioned before I'm choosing the road to do this Let's Play, and, well, possible Let's Play, let's be honest here. It's a question of if people actually want to hear me do more of this. Anyway, get away from that bull. Trust me. Red name equals bad. Skull bull equals bad, at this level at least. And here's another not so cave. And there's my iron deposit finally I've been looking for. And it's gonna be a cow. Die, cow, die. As I said, right now, the game is a little bit repetitive, a little bit grindy, but I try not to hold that against it, being as it is in alpha, and to my understanding, it's much more. I have seen some people playing it in groups, and it looks much more fun when you're in a group. But that will have to be something that I will see later and find out. Just, I haven't had a good chance to do that yet. The one person I know who plays it lives across the pond from me, and that kind of means that we have severe lag when on each other's servers, and it really is not good for playing. If one's powerful enough, it's good for power leveling, sure. But I just have to sit, because the person being level can just sit in town while the other person does a quest, and can go from level 1 to level 7 off one quest. Now, as a note, this right here is your use item. If you look at the bottom menu again, you can see it's got M1, M2 for your mouse, of course. You then have 1, 2, 3, 4, and Q. Q is your healing item. You can only have one there at a time, and that usually includes potions and food. Food, you cannot move when using it, and it's one of the easier things to get a hold of. But I cannot move right now. Now I can because I've finished eating. Now I can force eating to stop, but if you do that, well, you've lost whatever's left of the healing that item would have given you. But that can be important sometimes. You force any healing item used to stop by attacking. This, right now, you see I have a potion equipped down there. Potions allow you to move while used, but again, you cannot attack while drinking. If you start to attack, you'll lose the rest of your potion, which depending on the situation is not always a bad idea. Because sometimes you'll live better if you can attack, and sometimes you can't. And sometimes you might have maxed out your potion use, and so not going to do much else. So I'm trying I remember I was trying to go about why I chose to play Rogue. So, to simplify that, I chose Rogue because I was reading some forums, and someone's complained that enough people did not do a Rogue Let's Play. So I am doing a Rogue Let's Play just to hopefully even things out a little bit. And yes, I just canceled my eating because I was full. Also, yes, I know there is a sleeping bag nearby. I'm just too lazy to go back and use that little sleeping bag to heal instead of attack of the killer. Radishes? Doesn't really fit, does it? Anyway. So, this is pretty much the most to show you of Cube Road right now, other than finding a finding a boss rather, and trying to kill a boss, or perhaps finding a pet, and showing you how the pets work. But, well, that really will vary, and, you know, it's not really much to say to that point, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with this, and I honestly am not used to doing such commentary. Yes, I tend to game in silence. I know, I'm weird. If you think this game looks fun, well, you might be willing to go ahead and give it a purchase, give it a try. It's not too much. I think it was like £20. I forget how much that is in... Actually, I think it's £15, and that comes to be around $20 if you're using American. I think. I honestly can't remember. Well, I suppose I'll actually go ahead and play this for you, for your enjoyment, until nightfall. There is a system of time in this game. If you look in the upper right corner, where you see temperature, humidity, and time. Nightfall, I have not noticed any particularly hard enemies, but it gets pretty much impossible to see what you're doing, even with the lamp I have with me. Apparently you can get a hold of more powerful lamps to see better, but I have not felt like cheesing that by finding a seed that has such a lamp on it already. Which, yes, again, with the whole seed thing, your world building from it at random, people have discovered seeds that will create certain landscapes and create some good stuff. Such as finding one of the most powerful lamps in the opening town for extremely cheap. I've just decided not to do that because, well, I don't really know. To a degree, I think it cheapens things, but let's be honest, it's an alpha. Why not discover bugs? And it is part of the game to be able to go to take a character and go to any world you feel like and, use the resources of that world. So, right now, I'm exploring a cave. I'm seeing what is in here, and I'm hoping to find more ore, and I find a bat, and I find 2 bats. And I'm about to kill 2 bats, but anyway. Goodbye, bat, and I need to eat some food. So, as I said, this is a interesting game. I see a lot of promise. I am curious where they plan to go with it. There actually is a neat little thing I should show you, but I'll need to be in town to show you that. And that involves the weapons and armor and personalizing them. This actually is a neat little thing you can do that is a built-in feature of the game and is one of the drawing points for many people. But basically, your weapons are made up of these tiny little squares. I think the name is Voxel with a V, but everything about you is made up of tiny little squares. That includes the weapons. Now, you can personalize your weapon, which will allow you to add squares to it. which the squares can be many types. For instance, if I have what I'm adding to, and for instance, if I take something like this longsword I'm using right now, if I can add what I can add to it depends on the weapon. Which it being an iron sword, I can add iron. Oh crap! I can add iron to it, and the iron will alter what the weapon can do, generally make it more powerful, and it will actually be reflected. The alteration will actually be reflected on the weapon itself. And there are other things you can add called spirits. When you add a spirit to it, what they do depends on the spirit itself. So it really can get interesting, as you can make a unique weapon all your own, and the alterations you've done actually affect it in a useful way, which I find that kind of neat. Now we'll see how things go and see what all I can find, see what I can show off. Oh, bat. So anyway, I'm going to keep going through here, and I said my main search right now is for iron. Why iron, you probably ask? We'll go over here, longsword. Remember, 16 iron, and right now I found, oh jeez, I have found 11. So now, mind you, having found 11 iron nuggets, I can possibly get 16 pieces of iron out of that. Every so often, when you are creating the iron ingots out of it, or the iron blocks, I think they're called in this game, you'll get a crit and create multiples of the item. This is for several of the creating something out of a base resource. So these scrubs drop strands of spider webs, which will turn into cloth, and you can sometimes, and that will sometimes crit and give you more than one piece of cloth block. Actually, I think it's silk. The bushes you might have seen me attacking earlier can give you logs and saplings. Saplings can become a type of cloth. The logs become wood. The different ores become blocks of whatever their ore. Oh crap! Whatever their ore is. Yeah, it all makes decent sense for you to figure out and know what's going on. Now, I'm sorry if it's a bit boring right now. I'm actually trying to figure out how in blazes this thing will pause a recording instead of stopping and creating a new recording. But I actually don't know my own recording software too well. This is literally just me testing things out. So, since I've got nothing else... Oh crap, lemon beetle. Anyway, since I've really got nothing else to talk about, game-wise for right now, let's discuss a little bit about me, the type of games I have, and, you know, what I play, and the usual stuff. Wow, I thought these videos were being so spat. General note here when it comes to gameplay-wise, any ally who has that dark blue name, any creature that has that dark blue name above it is a friend. If you can help them attacking, and they don't really appreciate it, but you know, they help you kind of. They don't attack you. They'll attack any enemies that are not friendlies, which actually includes some they'll attack any. It's kind of weird. You have three types of enemies: friendlies, neutrals, and hostiles. Neutrals will not attack you, but your allies, like these guys right here, will still attack them. That peacock would have ignored me, but they attacked it because it is not an ally, which makes some sense, I guess. For another general note about them, these allies are found wandering around for a bit. And I'll probably do my whole Let's Play right now in this style, where I'll mention anything interesting that comes up, but otherwise I'm going to try to keep it to, but at this point I'm kind of going to need to find something to talk about, so I figure why not talk about what I'm doing here and what my hopes and stuff like that is. So, anyway, I am, as you can probably figure out, I am a gamer. My general plan is, if people find it interesting, I can go ahead and probably about once, maybe twice a week, make a video recording me playing some games and, you know, give you some commentary on it and that kind of good stuff. I am waiting for a game to call out called, what's the name again? Starbound, which, I don't know how much you've heard about it, but it's a 2D platformer sandbox type game. If you've heard of Terraria, you'll probably be familiar with some of the general ideas of Starbound, but you can kind of wander to different worlds altogether with the same character, and there apparently will be an ongoing storyline. My actual plan eventually is to hopefully make a Let's Play of it, and it'll be semi-blind, which is to say, you know, I know some about it, I know some that goes on already, and so not everything will be a surprise to me, but I'm hoping to actually let it be a surprise for the most part. But that will be a case of we shall see what happens, you know? Okay, so as for what types of games I like, I do own Terraria as well, which that is a decent and interesting game. Oh, hello again. How'd I find you guys again? Anyway, I have found Terraria interesting. It's fun to play around with, fun to build on. I've had a friend let me play on his account of Minecraft for a little bit. I honestly probably would own it, except for the fact that I only need so many build-your-own sandbox games in my life, you know? And getting too many just seems kind of redundant and kind of silly to me, so despite the fact that they are so different, I'm not getting Minecraft because I already have Terraria. And so that's just more of a, I only want so many games that have the theme of build your own stuff in the world. Nothing actually against Minecraft. It actually is kind of fun and kind of enjoyable to play. And I have seen some of the mods which are kind of interesting. So, you know, nothing really against Minecraft. Please don't try to lynch me for that. So, let's continue on with some other things that we were discussing. I mostly tend to play a little bit of action games, which is kind of action-y games, I guess. I have a thing for things that let you kind of affect the world somehow, or things that let you go in groups, or those that kind of go on forever. We'll see about what I play around with, what I show off. Oh crap! Excuse me. I need to run. I need to run fast. Bulls are not that thing that just attacked me is not a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, that's not a good thing. Anyway, well, let's hope I can live through this and. Oh, hey. Hi, guys. Oh, the bull's left me behind. Okay. Well, bye, guys. I don't really need you now anyway, so feel glad. The bull probably would have killed all 4 of you. Now, the question probably comes of, oh yeah, I was talking about what games I own, what games I play, what types I play around with. Let's see here. I'm in the beta for Ubisoft's The Mighty Quest, which is an action RPG, like, you know, Diablo and stuff like that. And I think, yeah, Diablo, Last Set Style, Torchlight, stuff like that. But the trick of that one is that you're invading castles, and each castle you invade actually winds up is actually created by a player. You choose a player whose castle you wish to attack, and you actually attack the castle. But you know, it's interesting. I have seen the whatchamacallit game. Sorry. I'm trying to remember what I'm talking about. That's that Zal just mentioned that a bit ago. I have played it. Well, again, friend's account, he was in the closed beta, and I played with him for a little bit. Or he let me play on his account a little bit. You know, his computer, his account, blah 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 blah. Oh look, I just leveled up. So, leveling up, what does it get you? Well, a little bit more points, you get a full heal, upper left corner you can see my EXP got reset. It was around 50, it's now 1 again. If I can get 97 EXP, I'll hit another level up. That usual stuff when it comes to EXP. But, with that said, what does leveling up get you? Well, some items require a power level. I forget exactly what it's called. I can probably find an item among you that actually mentions it, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh hey, what's this? Yeah, you see here where it says power 1. As you level up, your power raises. I have 5 power right now, so I can equip anything that requires a 5 power or less. If you notice, this requires 36 power. Oh yeah, it must also be of your type. Now, I should go ahead and mention, I also got a little ice popsicle thing. That is another pet food. You probably saw me pick up much earlier. I have no idea what pet wants that, and I don't pick up calls from this in order to go and look that up. So you have to suffer without that. So anyway, what does level up get you? Let me open the crafting interface for you. Here's the crafting interface again. That's the base stuff I can make. Oh yeah, and I need to remember that. I need cotton to make my clothing anyway. When you level up, you get some new stuff. For instance, I can now cook a pumpkin muffin if I have pumpkins, which I have plenty of. And you can't read that, but it says requires campfire. Oh, hello there, how you doing? Good to meet you. Stop staring, please. And I now had that met, if you notice. And that's what a ginseng shoot. The ginseng soup did not show off the little red thing because I was near what it required. I need to remember that. So, I'm going to go ahead and make the ginseng because it's freaking useful. And I'm not going to make too many of these just because I don't want to bore you with holding this down for about a minute of making food. It really is kind of boring. Nothing against the game. It's just boring to watch somebody sit there and hold down a button for just to do that. So that's enough for now. I now have new items I can make now too, though. So if I have enough cotton and enough iron cubes, I can now make a iron fist. And I can also make these right here as well. But I need their required areas, so I'm going to go ahead and first of all see how far away from town I am. Oh wow, I traveled pretty far. I'm gonna go ahead and start heading back home. I mean, I'll probably get there before dark, but really, I kind of need to be on my way just because it can get dangerous. Well, not really dangerous, it's just... Remember when I was in the cave and how it was like pitch black and you couldn't see anything so far away from you? That's what nighttime is like. If I didn't have my lamp on, you couldn't see anything at all, if you notice. So, I really don't want to be caught outside at night just because it is that annoying. No real other reason. Now, this does say something about why you might want to get a hold of a better lamp. Better lamps shed more light, which means you can see further away from yourself and might be able to do much better at night when it comes to fighting and searching and gathering. So, you know, strike 1 point for actually using that little thing where you just go to another world that has what you want on it. Just say no to lemon beetles. Anyway, now, as I was trying to say, we're heading towards the town. I was discussing leveling up. The other thing leveling up does for you: points. I now have 2 skill points, so I can invest 2 points in skills. And for right now, each class has 3 skills that are unique to them. When you switch, some of these skills change out. If you notice, I got camouflage or shuriken attack for this skill. Kinda cool, kind of interesting. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go for intercept. I'm gonna go ahead and learn. And you now see I have intercept down here. So now I can use that on any, well, in a fight. Which I will be doing probably soon enough anyway, so, you know, I ain't gonna search out anything just to kill it with that. Climbing a mountain, anyway. So, oh, and here we go again with the lack of commentary. I really hope this has not become a theme of these Let's Plays, because I really want to do something that is interesting to listen to and that people want to come back for. Nope, turtles don't like the ice cream. Do alpacas like ice cream? Hello, alpaca. You like ice cream? No, you don't. Okay, goodbye. As I said, something like ice cream, I forget what it is, but given enough time, I can find it. Or, honestly, there's a wiki. The wiki tells you what everything eats. I'm just, again, not bothering to look it up. For all I know, I have already passed up what would eat the ice cream. And, you know, it'd be fun. But, you know, right now I don't know what eats this, and I just don't want to look it up. Here we go, there's my torch out. Yeah, a small bug with this game. I don't know exactly what... Whoop, didn't do that, sorry doggy. Anyway, a small bug of the game is the fact that certain key presses can somehow be lagged. I don't know exactly what causes it, but basically anything that fiddles or checks your inventory seems to have an occasional lag for some weird reason. I honestly don't know why. And I apparently got turned around. I need to remember, I need to be heading mostly southeast. Which really isn't too hard, if I'd have looked that up and made sure of that. excuse me. I'm running away from the ogre. Again, they are bad news. At my level, I would need a group to take them out, and, well, I don't have a group. I don't even have a pet. Well, someday I'll have a pet. He'll come to me, he'll love me, and, well, we'll see. I might even get to mount him. Don't mind the bad humor, please. Thank you. Plant. So, I said, most of this, I understand, is kind of boring to watch. This is to give you an idea of what is in the game right now and what the game hopefully should find a way to fit in the future. I found right now that there just is not enough enemies until you head to certain areas. The problem is those areas are kind of far away. Really depends on your world. Those certain areas, by the way, are stuff like the marked forest and so on. Once you go to there, enemies tend to pick up quite a bit. In some cases, they become a little bit overpowering, to be honest. And they're not all a forest. They could be a very open canyon. I've seen keeps. I think I've heard of a few things where it's like an ocean, or rather a lake, like it's infested with monsters, and you're sent there to fight the monsters, and people are like, I hate swimming, so I ain't gonna go there. Yeah, it's a thing. But hey. Again, as I said, it's alpha, so you can test it out and see what goes on and all that fun stuff. Now, I promise to show a little bit more of crafting, including the ability to personalize your items. Mind you, I will be wasting what I personalize here just because I really should be saving my personalization stuff for later. But I've chosen to go ahead and just, I'm going to go ahead and just burn it right now because I feel like it. But first things first, I need to go ahead and make the base stuff that I will be personalizing with. So that right there was the cotton I needed. And I need to find the forge, screw it, zoom in, and the forge is, I'm pretty close to it. I'll go figure right over there. Okay. Here's the forge. Open it up. Get my iron cubes out. And, actually, if you notice the yarn, it crit. So you got 3 instead of 1. And if you watch this, yep, crit first thing, go figure. So I got 2 there. I don't know exactly what the chance to create is. And I've seen 2, 3, I think I saw 4, don't quote me, I'm not sure there. But I think I saw 4 get created one time. But I ain't gonna promise that, sadly. Excuse me, I just said I'm going to keep going here. Some gold cubes because I have them, why not? I don't know if there actually is a use to holding onto the base stuff other than, so I don't know. But we'll find out. Anyway, this should be finished kind of soonish. There we go. And I should have what it takes to make a weapon. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I have more than enough to make both of these weapons. Okay, currently I have this on, which has 4 damage, 7.5 HP, and 1.3 crit. Oh look, it compares for me, go figure. The new one will give me tempo. Yeah, I don't really know what some of this stuff refers to. I could go for a wooden fist, but I really don't. I don't like using those attacks. Okay, well, this right here is, as you can see, the customization bench. Actually, let's go ahead and make the sword. I really don't care for it, but it'll be good enough. Okay. I could have used a sword I already have. I just want to go ahead and make one. You know, you remember how bad it is. And if you can see here, I can look around it. I cannot zoom in on it. But otherwise, it's kind of, very simple. Now what I do is I take a block. I look for where I want to put it at. Let's be silly. I'm gonna put one here. Okay, you didn't like that, huh? Try this again, shall we? Put one there. There you go. One there. One there. Get between those. Okay, what in blazes? Anyway, let's see, let's try going here. Good, and here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and put one... Okay, this is kind of finicky, so you have to excuse me. Okay, one there. Okay, I didn't let snaps problem. Oh yeah, there is one other bit I haven't shown you. I don't use it much because my computer, my mouse has some issues with it. Anyway, I'm now done customizing. If you notice, you can see it's changed over there. You can see its damage has actually changed slightly. But I think the HP went up slightly as well, which easy enough to find out. Let me get away from here. Here's the original. Actually, let me equip that. There we go. Here's the original on the right, and what my changes to it on the left. So yeah, more HP, more damage, and I now have a unique look to my sword, if you notice. Yeah. So that's pretty much how customizing works. Now let's see here. I'll go back up here where I kind of ran away from earlier. Up, here we go. And let's see if there's anything here I can actually make. Ah, some cotton boots. Let's go ahead and make and put those on because, well, they actually are kind of useful. Yay! I now have feet shod, and it's got stuff on it. For anyone playing, there is one more note I can make. I actually need to find the stupid forge again because I forgot about this. This is, well, there's been a patch recently, so this might be disabled, but we'll find out. I remember how this works, so you take this, put it down here. Okay, yeah, so it's cut. Wait one moment. Anyway, let's try this first. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay, very free little thing. If you have something and you put it down here, it gets automatically put into customization bench. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, automatically put into customization bench. This allows you to customize other things as well that, for one reason or another, does not appear on the customization bench. Normally, you can only use spirits with this, but it's only cosmetics, so you're only changing the look. You're not changing the ability of it. But for some people, changing the look is worth it. So I want to show you one more thing, and then I'm going to go ahead and call this I'm going to go ahead and call my let's look at right here, and load up for y'all to look at. The final thing to show you is the end system. There's been a recent patch that changes how it works. The long and short of it is that you can use a N between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. game-wise don't ask me what time that is in the time in the upper right corner. I don't feel like doing the army time in my head, even though I could. But I'm pretty sure I'm past 6 o'clock if not already. So you find an inn. I really don't feel like looking at... Excuse me, I hate doing this, but I need to. Zoom in on the map. Oh look, I'm heading right for an inn. Okay. Wait, is that an inn right behind me as well? Yeah, there's one right here. I'm going to show that one, just because I feel like it. No, wait, let's be smart. Straight ahead's an inn. Straight ahead's an inn. It's not far away, and I can go right to sleep and show you here. Here's the inn. You go inside, and you can talk to this person right here. Now, when you talk to him, you get if you talk to him at the right time, you get a sound. And she mentioned you can only rest between those times. And now, if you look at the time in the upper right corner, or just go outside, you can see it's now turned daytime. And that is the main use of the inn. As I said, otherwise, I am going to go ahead and shut this off now. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I hope I was not too annoying on your brain to listen to. If you like it, go ahead and feel free to mention it in the comments. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this, or let me know if you want me to just shut up and stop playing these games. Because I will be honest, if I do a Let's Play or anything like that, I don't plan to shut up during them. The main reason being, I feel that kind of helps me to Let's Play mine. Instead of just, playing somebody else, instead of just showing off somebody else's creation. And, oh crap, no. I don't really want to just be showing off somebody else's creation, though. I feel that's kind of rude of me to just, do nothing but show off somebody else's creation. And, garner an audience that way or whatever. Oh look, thank you so much. Yeah, by the way, if you're near town and you run into some stuff you can't kill, run back to town and the villagers there will help you. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you all, have a good night, well, or rather, day or whatever. This is Julian, signing off. Have a good day.